Novak Djokovic has regained the world #1 ranking in style. The 36-year-old Serbian defeated Daniil Medvedev to become the oldest man to win the US Open. He has also tied Margaret Court's all-time record of 24 Grand Slam titles. So is Djokovic officially the greatest of all time? That's what we are going to discuss in this live. Hello and welcome to WION World of Sport Xtra. I am Nikhil Mathur and I'm joined by my colleague Vidur Kathuria.
Hi.
And our sports editor Digvish Singh Deo will join us in a while.
Soon, yeah.
Yeah, but before we begin this debate, there's an update for all the cricket fans. The India versus Pakistan clash at the Asia Cup will not start on time, even on the reserve day. So till then, join us on this debate. Send in your questions and your views. We'll take all of them. So, even if you're a Roger Federer or a Rafael Nadal fan, the statistics are there. You cannot deny that Djokovic is probably the best of all time.
The numbers speak for themselves. This is 24 Grand Slam titles. Just let that sink in. That is now 2 more than Rafael Nadal, 4 more than Roger Federer. Djokovic, and the opponent that he was facing, this is a Daniil Medvedev who was in very, very good form.
Took out Alcaraz in the semi-final.
Yes, and I mean it was a straight sets victory, but by no means was it straightforward or very easy.
The second set went for 104 minutes.
Yes, so I mean the scoreline doesn't tell you the whole story. It just tells you that Djokovic can grind out a victory from anywhere.
Yeah.
And he has done that time after time over the course of his career. And again, if you just look at this year, what has he done this year? 3 Grand Slam titles and one final he reached, one final he didn't win, and that is Wimbledon, against a player who is a generational talent, who is how many years younger to him is he?
Well, he's 16,
whatever, 15, 16 years younger. So this man is one of the greatest athletes of all time. I would say not just in tennis. I think we have to have the conversation whether he's the greatest tennis player of all time, men or women, which we will get into, of course. Yeah. But he is undoubtedly one of the greatest athletes of definitely in the modern era. I would say that.
Time for another goat to make his entrance. Sorry, I was in a meeting. Sorry.
We have an intruder again. I don't know why this keeps
The goat
happening.
is here. The goat. Yeah. So I was hearing your conversation. Interesting. That's what this is about. Is he the greatest of all time? Are we first saying singles? Are we saying overall, men's and women's together? Let's talk about that. Because a case can be made for him to be the greatest men's singles player of all time. Is he the greatest of all time? I would say no.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you first decide, what are we talking about, singles or overall?
I mean, men's singles, I don't think there is. And if you just look at the stats, I think he's proved over the last 3-4 years that he is.
I think the French Open sort of settled it.
Yeah.
He is the greatest men's singles player of all time. Not just Grand Slams, but the big titles. I think the Olympic gold is the only thing that's missing. And he's won a bronze in Beijing. I was there. And he lost the bronze medal match to Pablo Carreño Busta in Tokyo. So just on the match itself, he was outlasted by Alcaraz in 5 sets at Wimbledon. Okay? Or he could have had the calendar
slam.
But I just heard you talking about Medvedev. This was lung busting. The scoreline doesn't show it.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the rallies I was seeing, the highlights, 25, 30-point rallies going back and forth. And Medvedev was the one who was gulping. And this is the oldest US Open final of all time. This guy is 36.
Yeah.
He was going head-to-head against an Alcaraz who was 16 years younger. So while all that is great, the reason I say is he the greatest of all time is because in his generation there was Serena, who won 23 Grand Slam singles titles. She won 14 more doubles and a couple more mixed.
Yeah.
For me, the greatest always has been Martina Navratilova, who won a Grand Slam, who won 58 or something. I think Margaret Court won 60. I think that's the record, right?
Yeah.
But Martina won at the age of 49. She won a Grand Slam at the age of 49.
Yeah.
We all know where Leander, good friend of ours,
Yeah.
by the time he was 48, he could barely even compete. Let's be fair. I mean, I had no disrespect to Lee. But we know his last couple of seasons, he was playing challengers.
Yeah.
Martina Navratilova won a Grand Slam, I think a US Open with Lee, at 48, 49. So then you look at longevity, look at what Djokovic has achieved, where he's come from. As he said post this win, that Nadal came from a system where tennis was around. Federer came from a country where tennis was around. It was a great talents. All of them are great talents.
Yeah.
But Djokovic had to fight through adversity. Serbia, war-torn Serbia, sanctions and all of that. The greatest men's singles player without a doubt.
Yeah.
But the larger question, is he the GOAT? That's what we're talking about.
Exactly. But he's still 36. He has 24 Grand Slam titles.
I think he's got one more year at the top. I think one more year. Medvedev is 26, 27. Alcaraz is 20. Alcaraz, Djokovic, 5-set finals. Don't see Djokovic lasting it out all the time. In Wimbledon, when the conditions were perfect, it was Djokovic who faded away in that. He had no business losing that match.
Yeah.
Oz Open, if this had gone to 5 sets, chances? Oz Open, again going to be hot.
Yeah. But I think Djokovic is, he adapts to the situation. Like as you were talking of the second set, Djokovic changed his game to a serve and volley player. He wasn't allowing Medvedev to have those long rallies. He was coming to the net and smacking it.
But you know why? Because he remembers the 2021 final.
Yeah.
That point of time, he was the favorite to win the Grand Slam, the calendar Grand Slam. And Medvedev just outfoxed him.
Yeah.
So Djokovic changed his strategy. The nets is not something he comes to the net very often.
He likes the baseline game.
Wimbledon.
Yeah, he liked the baseline game.
But he knew that on the other side is perhaps the greatest returner.
Yeah.
At the moment, better than him.
Yeah.
He's a wall. He's a brick wall.
Yeah.
But he rattled him in that first set. And some of those points are just outstanding. That pick volley when he was nowhere in the game. And even Medvedev, the couple of points he should have killed off, which I saw, made a mistake. When you play the big guns, you have to be 110% all through. Medvedev is not a player who should be, at this point in his career, having one Grand Slam title.
Yeah. But
Daniil Medvedev should have won at least 3 more Grand Slams by now.
Yeah, but taking out Carlos Alcaraz and Novak
That's why I'm
Djokovic in a
saying.
single Grand Slam, it's going to be a huge task for him. But see, again, Djokovic has missed that calendar slam. I think 4 times we have that question as well.
Yeah.
I think 4 times he had won 3 titles. So, we have that question. Who do you think, which was his best?
No. When you look at the calendar Grand Slam, I think the only year it mattered was 2021. Because before that, Nadal was winning the French, so there was no question of a calendar Grand Slam.
No, but 2015, he defeated Nadal in the semi-final, but lost to 8th seed Stan Wawrinka.
Yeah.
So again,
I'm saying, so the Grand Slam doesn't matter if you've not won the French.
Yeah.
So last year, Nadal won Oz, he won French. And didn't play after that.
Yeah. In 2021, Medvedev again defeated him. So that was the closest he was to a calendar slam.
Yeah, see, this doesn't matter. He reached 4 finals, but he lost Wimbledon final.
Yeah.
How does it matter then?
It wasn't on the cards.
It wasn't on the cards.
But what was his best year? If we just see the title, 2011, I think he won 3 again.
I think 2021, best year.
2021.
Without a doubt.
Well, I mean, the fact that there are so many years that we can
11, 15, 21 and 23. Three Grand Slams.
Greatness of this man. And 2015 also, I remember, he had a phenomenal year.
Yeah, he won everything.
And he won the ATP finals as well.
Yeah.
So
he just lost the French Open to Wawrinka. That's it.
It's a phenomenal year. Again, 2021 French Open, he beat Rafael Nadal when in a epic contest in 4 sets. And this is the semi-final when he beat Rafael Nadal. And this is a Nadal who was the overwhelming favorite. So to take down Nadal and to win that French Open title, again, he has won, how many French Open titles has he won? 3? Is that correct?
I think so. Yeah.
2 or 3?
No,
Djokovic has won.
Djokovic's first French was 2016
and
15 or 16. 16 his first. When he completed the slam. Then he's won it twice after that, right? So this was his third.
Yeah, third. So he's won 3 French Open titles. I mean, so Clay winning 3 French Open titles in the era of Rafael Nadal just tells you to this man's greatness on all surfaces. As I think
more than Nadal, even the fact that he was on the verge of equaling Federer.
Yeah.
At Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Wimbledon.
Which he can.
He still can.
Yeah, he's 7.
Yeah.
And you thought 7 was unachievable. You know what? Sampras had 7.
Yeah.
And Renshaw had 7. Renshaw is not counted because it was a different time. And Federer's 8. And Djokovic, when he came on, was never a grass court player.
Yeah.
The fact is, he could have won 5 in a row if he'd won that 5th set. So the guy is phenomenal. I think the GOAT debate in men's singles is over. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, what more does he have to prove? A lot of people say, in fact, a lot of people we speak to say that, it's the way you play the game, it's the way fans approach you.
Sentimental.
That's sentiment.
Yeah.
But it's also cold logic. The cold logic suggests this. Most weeks as world number 1, Nadal's not even in the game there.
Yeah.
Federer was 310, right?
Yeah.
Djokovic is now, and today he starts off at 390.
Yeah.
That's a year and a half more than Federer. 24 Grand Slams, 22-20. Federer's gone out of the equation. Then you come to the big titles. More Masters 1000 than anyone else.
Yeah. Most finals also in Grand Slam.
The Grand Slam 700 record is also gone.
Yeah.
So what are we judging him against? I think that by denying him that tag, it is being disrespectful to him. Yes, he's not the most popular player around. But the way I look at it, he's not politically correct. He says what he thinks is right. And I appreciate that. He took a stand for players who were locked up inside in Melbourne during the 2021 Australian Open. That made him public enemy number 1, which is why what happened to him last year.
Yeah.
But what he was speaking up, not for himself, he was very happy.
Yeah.
He was Adelaide or wherever he was.
Yeah,
he was very happy. We could see pictures of him in the swimming pool, go out and train, come back, live in a lovely villa.
I think there's also a complete cycle, like what we see in world wrestling, where you become from a heel to hero. Like Djokovic was perceived as a villain against Nadal and
Djokovic started off as a jester, as the Joker.
Yes, sir.
His impersonations and all.
Exactly.
Somewhere in 11, I think he realized that, okay, it's nice being a YouTube sensation, but if I really want to go up a notch, I have to change a few things.
Yeah.
And he became this meme machine. And I think you just look at it in 2011, where Federer was in terms of Grand Slams. I think Federer was by that time already 13 or 14.
Yeah.
Right? 2012 was Federer's last Wimbledon, 11 or 12. It was 14.
Yeah.
Nadal was about 7 or 8. Djokovic was 1.
Yeah.
US Open, 2008. And then you start comparing the 2011 to 2020. I think till then Federer was still around, right? We take it till that year. The most Grand Slams is this guy, Novak Djokovic.
Exactly.
Another question I'd like. So
you have questions?
Yeah, of course.
Let's take them.
So, okay. So we have quite a few. Okay. Ritesh Maheshwari says, I think he should stop at 25. It's way too many. No one ever is going to surpass his record. Therefore, others should get a chance to collect 2 to 3 Grand Slams in their lifetime. I hope Djokovic reads this. He said, it's like Messi. He should, withdraw his name from the Ballon d'Or. So that's the point that Ritesh is making.
Grand Slams are there to be earned.
Yeah.
Nobody's giving you the award. It's not a jury. He's got to beat the best players in the world.
But just, reflects the man's greatness.
Yeah.
That, he should give others a chance to win as well.
So how many titles will he end up with? I think we also have that question.
I think the next target is the 100. The 100 titles. He's 97 right now.
Yeah, 97.
Okay, he's going to play Paris at least. Paris Masters coming up.
Yeah.
There are 2 more Masters, right? There's Paris.
I think there is...
Shanghai is not happening, so there's Paris as things stand. And the Tour Finals.
Tour Finals, yeah.
That's 99. He could end the year on 99 titles and make it 100 in Adelaide and then 101st at... perhaps if the stars align, the 100th will be the Aus Open. He's favourite there.
Yeah.
On those courts, he's favourite.
Yeah. Okay, so we... So
let's go back. Aus Open this year, Djokovic, Aus Open this year beats Tsitsipas straight.
Yeah.
Beat Ruud straight. Beat Medvedev straight. It was only Wimbledon where it went to 5
sets.
5.
So it's not a question of outlasting. He's outlasting these youngsters as well. They're much younger to him.
Exactly. Djokovic is one of the
At
fittest.
36, 37, he's taking them out on fitness.
He is a freak. He's a freak
goat
of nature.
Yeah, and like Ronaldo, he also has a very strict, balanced diet. I think he said, I've tasted chocolate once in 10 or 12 years.
He completely changed his diet, his lifestyle in 2011. 2011, and that reflects. I mean, this man does everything he can to be successful at the highest level.
And imagine what would have happened had he not missed those Grand Slams and those tournaments. He could have already been in 100 tournaments.
Yeah.
Last year he played 11. He was treated like a common criminal in Australia. He played 11 tournaments last year and he won what, 5? Yeah, 5 out of 11.
Okay, so Digvijay, how many can he win?
I'm looking at least 2 more next year.
No,
Overall Grand Slam.
Yeah, add 2 more.
So you say he'll end at
26.
26 to 28. 26 to 28.
Okay.
So I'm saying 2 more next year. And we saw that even Federer, and listen, let's not forget, the great Nadal is all but over now.
Yeah.
One last hurrah.
Hurrah.
He'll play Oz and
French.
That's it. No, Oz and French. I think he'll play both. Or if he doesn't play Oz, he'll play all the clay tournaments leading up to the French. That's it. That's last year for Nadal. I think Djokovic at the very top, and by very top means he can reach all 4 finals next year as well. But I'm still giving Nadal the French. Okay, emotional goodbye. I still think Djokovic 2 more titles next year, perhaps 1 more the year after. It won't fade away so fast. But he stayed remarkably injury-free.
Yeah.
The kind of recovery he does, it's very like Mo Salah. Or Ronaldo, let's be fair. Let's
like Ronaldo.
Let's compare it to maybe the age.
Yeah.
Ronaldo looked after himself very well all through his career.
Yeah.
And as you said, he said that, he won Wimbledon or something, he achieved the French.
Yeah, and
he had
then
one bite of chocolate,
exactly.
and that was all he was allowed.
Yeah. So I think, with physique and in terms of his fitness, I think he's up there with the top.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the same talent as a Federer. I think we're remarkably, in this generation of 3 greatest of all time, Federer was the most talented. I think Nadal was more athletic. I think Djokovic is gritty.
Yeah.
That is one word which describes Novak Djokovic.
I think he'll end up with 28 Grand Slam.
28.
Yeah, so I'm saying 26 to 28.
Okay.
Does that make him the GOAT? No, because I threw in everything else. Navratilova, Serena. And Serena's 14 Grand Slams come at a time when she was also playing the singles.
Yeah.
Not just playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact, I don't know if any number of, he will not reach Martina Navratilova's tally. So in terms of that, I don't know. But men's singles, he's already the GOAT.
Yeah.
And the fact that this man, just the numbers, they're staggering. And I believe he will end up with 27 Grand Slam titles.
So 26, 27, 28. What does the audience feel?
Yeah.
What did I say? I said 26 to 27. Yeah.
So how many Grand Slam will Djokovic win? 30.8%. Say he will end up with 30 Grand Slam titles. That's 6 more. More than 30, 33.3%. Less than 30, 35.9%. So people also playing it safe, by saying, but if he reaches that 30 mark, it will be...
But say, let's look at 30. But for 30 means he needs to win 3 Grand Slams next year and 3 the year after.
Yeah.
I think that's a stretch.
But I think
20, I think he can... 28 he'll reach. I think 26 is a given.
Yeah.
I think let's accept it. Over the next 2 years, he'll win 2 more at least.
At least.
At least 2 more. That's 26.
Yeah.
Safe. So 27, 28 max.
Yeah, because he starts the favorite in all the slams next year. Maybe Alcaraz can give him fight in at French and Wimbledon.
No,
and maybe
Wimbledon is still it's still Djokovic.
He himself said he's not sure how many years longer he will be able to play all 4 Grand Slams. But next year, I think he will definitely,
No, but Vidhu, he said, I will only play the Grand Slams and I will base my schedule accordingly. So after losing Wimby, he didn't play Canada.
Yeah.
He played Cincy. He's going to be very careful. Sort of rest and recuperation. Anything else you have?
Okay, we have a few more comments. Let's go through them. Babangida Haruna says, good morning from Lagos, Nigeria.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon from us.
India.
And then Abba Jibril says, the program is getting more interesting watching from Nigeria. Well, thank you.
Thank you for
Well done.
Thank you very much.
You should actually come over. We had your president over as well for the G20.
Yes.
He had a meeting with our prime minister as well.
Okay, so let's go through one more poll. Which was Djokovic's best year? Digvijay, why don't you answer that question?
These are
your personal
the
opinion.
21.
21. Okay, Nikhil?
I think 23 this year.
Okay,
Ooh.
23. Interesting. So I would say it's okay. I'll go on and say 2015 because it was just his numbers were exceptional. So the audience says 2011, 3.8%, 2015, 28.8%, 2021, tie, 28.8%, but 2023, 38.5%. Obviously, recency bias. Yeah, but I mean, this year has also been absolutely
No, you
brilliant
just wonder that had he not taken the stand which he did about vaccination, but listen, to be fair to him, he stuck to his guns.
Yeah.
He said, I may lose out on Grand Slams, on winning tournaments in US, in North America, in Canada, wherever he had those issues. You're looking at him losing at least what? He could have won at least 5 more. He already crossed 100.
Yeah.
And remember, Jimmy Connors' record is 110 titles. Federer's 103. So why this time next year he could be past?
I think, yeah, he
Federer
would
there.
really records are synonymous with Djokovic in tennis. But coming to the comparison, I think in the Open era, I think he's the greatest men's singles player. But even if you compare it with, Serena Williams, my personal opinion, Serena is also one of the GOAT. But I think men's tennis at the time was more competitive. I think Serena's fierce rival, I think Maria Sharapova, I think she would...
That's not her fault.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
That's not her fault.
Maybe I would also see the competition.
When you look at, listen, when you talk of being the GOAT, then why not Rod Laver, who won the Grand Slam twice? But it's not always about see, with Djokovic we're saying the same, right? It's not only about the Grand Slams, it's about the overall picture as well, right? He's won the biggest titles and everything. So Serena Williams comes in there, 23 to 24 to this guy. Many more Olympic golds in singles and doubles, same Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Right? London, Sydney, I think Sydney she won a doubles gold, an Olympic gold in doubles for sure in London. So there's much more there. Then Navratilova, and then Margaret Court. So if sheer numbers, then...
Yeah, sheer numbers, then again.
I think it's the age factor. For me, Navratilova was the greatest, simply because of what she did at that age. To win a Grand Slam at 48, 49, or maybe she was, I think, approaching 50.
Okay, so that leads into our next question.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still
one more poll. Who is the best tennis player, men's and women's, in the Open era?
What are the options?
Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, and Serena Williams.
I know Navratilova. You guys, come on.
It's okay. We're young. We're young.
That would say many would say Federer there.
Okay, Nikhil, what do you think?
I mean, it has to be. I'm a Federer fan, but
I'm a Federer fan.
With the amount of records that Djokovic has, you have to give it to Djokovic.
Okay, let's go through it. Serena, 8.1%. Federer, 35.1%.
Djokovic 40? No.
Djokovic, 40.5%.
No Nadal.
Nadal, 16.2%.
Ooh.
Fan following.
I think Federer and Nadal will have a special place in the hearts of all tennis fans.
Yeah.
They are, because of the way they carried themselves on and off the court, they are in a different league. But that doesn't take away from Djokovic's achievements.
No, Federer raised the bar.
Yeah.
The bar was 14. Sampras is 14. Yeah. Nobody thought he could get to 14. Federer went to 17, then went to 20.
Yeah.
At an age when nobody expected him to go to 20. So he is always going to be special. Nadal was never... He was sort of the anti-hero to Federer's White Knight.
Yeah.
But Nadal, in the last 5 years, has sort of cultivated more of fans towards him. They've gravitated towards him as Federer faded. Djokovic was always the Bazigar. Like an Indian film Connect. The complete anti-hero.
Okay, Gaurav has a comment about Nadal. Nadal is the GOAT because he's won the French Open 14 times.
He's the GOAT of that surface.
GOAT of that surface, yeah. Clay, he's the king of clay. No doubt about
that
it.
achievement, I don't think will ever be matched.
So hang on. So 14 out of 22. So that means the other 3 he's only won 8 times.
Yeah.
I think with Federer or with Djokovic, it's more rounded, right? So 10 for Djokovic at the Oz, 8 at Wimbledon.
3 French.
18.
Yeah.
Then 3 French, 21, and 5 here. No, 3 here.
3 here.
3 here.
3,
yeah. So yeah,
he's won each Grand Slam minimum
twice.
Thrice. No?
Thrice now.
Thrice, yeah, sorry.
Nobody's done that.
Nobody has done that.
Nobody had done it twice in the Open era.
Yeah.
And then Nadal won the Australian Open.
Yeah.
Second time. So yeah.
Okay, on that note, What's up? 6:30? It's still raining.
It's still raining. That's what.
The covers are coming off, but we're still not going to get a 3 p.m. start. So, I mean, it's already 3:10. It's not starting right now. Hopefully, we get a game at some point.
Yes.
I hope it's a 50-over game. So, even if they start now, they can go up till 11 p.m. local time.
Yeah.
But I hope that there's no game today. Not for the fans, but because then the Indian team will have to play, 100 overs in 2 days, and with a squad that already is injury-prone, I don't want to play them. Shreyas Iyer is injured, Bumrah is coming up after a long injury layoff, same with KL Rahul. And to play 100 overs in 2 days before the World Cup...
You're being biased. I think the fans out there.
This is poor planning by the ACC. So, yeah.
Okay, what's happening? 6:30, obviously, the Djokovic story is something we're going to look at. Rubiales has resigned.
Finally.
Thankfully, it's over. It's taken too long. It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke that it's taken too long. He crossed the line. He should have stepped down immediately. What else? South Africa have begun their campaign at the Rugby World Cup. Springboks.
Yes.
And USA not on the podium.
Who are the world champions?
World champions?
Of basketball. We should ask Noah Lyles. Well, it's not the USA. Germany have been crowned world champions for the first time. They beat
at least one
Serbia.
sport Germany doing well at the moment. They just sacked Hansi Flick.
They beat Serbia in the final. And USA did not even finish on the podium. They lost to neighbours Canada in the bronze medal match. Just a little bit of context. USA did not send their full strength team. So I think that's important to note. But yes, speaking of Germany, Hansi Flick has been fired.
Should have
just like 9 months to go for the Euros. Remember, Germany are the hosts.
He had to go after
that World Cup. Yeah, I don't know what were they waiting for.
No, but I am rather disappointed with listen, it's still a very impressive team. Yeah. But this was a team till 2018 World Cup. They were the favourites. Then they couldn't even make it out of the group. And it's been a slide ever since. And it's not like German football is in a bad place. It's in a good place. Good stars. There's something wrong management level. At the DFB level, there's something wrong.
You can't lose 4-1 to Japan at home.
Yeah. They lost to them in the World Cup also, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, New Zealand have announced their squad for the 15-member squad for the upcoming ODI World Cup. Kane Williamson hasn't been declared fit, but he has been included in the squad, and he will lead the team. And also check out the interesting video that they made to announce the World Cup squad with family members and kids of those players announcing the squad. So, yeah.
Yeah, that and more, 6:30 p.m. India.